declaring your winner by knockout, Landry the Lone Star Kid.
What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of OT with Coach and the Kid. We're here a day after UFC 248. We'll get started talking on some of that. Hopefully, that'll probably carry out throughout most of the episode. But before we get started, I want to give a shout out to some sponsors helping us out. My boy Dylan over at North Texas Boat Clean. If y'all got any boat or yacht detailing or cleaning needs back in North Texas, y'all hit him up. Girl Niz with Condor Moving Systems, and your moving needs, go hit them up. And then DFW Heights Roofing in Rigo, if y'all any construction roofing needs y'all need back in the DFW area, hit them up. But yeah, getting into it, UFC 248, possibly greatest women's or all-around MMA fight in history, and then possibly worst, arguably worst title fight in history. We got a lot to get into. I guess we'll start off, go lowest to highest.
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley,
Before we start, let's give a shout out to Eric for the light.
Oh, yeah. Hey, y'all could see us better. The first episode was real dark. Everyone was like, dude, we can't even see your faces, and the camera's right there. But, yeah, shout out Eric hooking us up with the studio light.
All right, so we're going for the O'Malley fight right now?
Yeah, let's go O'Malley, and we'll work on up from there.
All right, you want to go first, or I go first?
I told you so.
Okay.
We did that your team sucks with John, and I think y'all are saying bet on the dog. But nah, O'Malley was looking really focused.
We picked O'Malley. We said it was going to be a hard fight.
Oh, yeah, y'all said it was going to be a hard fight. Y'all said, well, that other guy was saying that's a live dog, like, because he was such a heavy underdog. He's like, just throw money on the underdog.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I thought O'Malley was looking really focused. Like, if I compare the focus he seemed coming in, it was like Conor going into this Cowboy fight. Like that 2 years off just had him like mad and laser focused. And it's funny, he got busted for a banned substance, and his body looked now for this fight more ripped and cut up than it did whenever he got tested. But it was just a trace amount.
Yeah, I think he looked great, man. The guy is definitely one of the up-and-coming 135ers. It's going to be a lot of fun watching him grow up. He's real exciting. He's a killer.
For 11-0 now, I think he's about to have a hell of a 2020. I'm excited to see who they match him up. I don't know. I don't think they'll shoot him too high at first because Dana definitely sees money in him, so he doesn't want to. He's not going to try to get him hurt too fast.
Yeah, they're gonna move him up. They're gonna move him up slowly and pick the right fights for him. And has the coolest hair after our boy Justin. After Justin, but he's very marketable. Man. He's a marketable kid.
Yeah, I think he did an interview after the fight, and he was like, "I know." He's like, "Every fight's not going to be like this. I know that." That was one good thing, like having that mindset, knowing not every fight's going to be a first round finish. He gets that. And then right after that, he was like, and me and Dana talked about it, and I told him, like, I just have that it factor. He's like, I don't know what it is. He doesn't know what it is, but, like, we just know that I have it. He said he's going to be bigger than McGregor, so we'll see.
That I doubt. I don't think it is.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard one to surpass right there.
McGregor's got a country behind him. It's funny how it's hard for American athletes to get, like, the whole U.S. behind them. Like, I think fighters from other countries have it easier in that sense. Maybe it's because we have like less fighters than the U.S. have a lot of fighters.
It's smart. Pat McAfee, he's doing a podcast. He's like, I just think it's crazy that we have one president run the whole country when we have 50 different countries, saying like all the states are different countries. And he goes, you take somebody from Indiana and take him down to Miami. He's like, you're in two completely different countries right there. He's like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, you should definitely need a passport to come to Miami. I'm saying.
Bro, true. I can't even get by at some places. I'm like, can I get that? They're like, okay. Fuck.
That's funny. But yeah, man, I think O'Malley stole the show last night. Aside from the women's fight, but O'Malley was probably the most decisive win from last night. He was
Yeah.
the clear. He looked
First
out of
round
the world.
knockout. Didn't even get touched, I don't think. Yeah, he's a fan favorite for sure. The team marijuana man.
Yeah, he signaled that he was gonna go smoking right after he won the fight.
He loves it. And then what we have, crazy cowboy Max Griffin after that one.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
As expected, Oliveira is crazy. Crazy dude. You never know what's gonna happen whenever he stepped into the cage. And then Max Griffin he was looking focused too, like he was ready for a fight. Another one that came down to the wire.
I think that fight should have been a draw. Like the numbers were identical. You look at the significant strikes, the total strikes. I think there was only one takedown in the whole fight. It was a very even fight. I think we need more draws, man. Like that fight was a draw.
Yeah.
I didn't have either of them winning that fight.
It's so crazy when you get a split decision because just like we're gonna get to in the main event, you'll have so many people coming out like, how can you not see it this way? And they make a valid point. And then you got a whole another 100,000 people. How did you not see it this way? Making another valid point. Like, well, shit. There's valid points on both sides. Like, it's hard to take a win from somebody when there's an argument like that.
I think you said it yesterday. Like you didn't know how that fight I got in on the main card. I think O'Malley should have been on the main card, and they should have been the ones that closed
the prelim headliner. Yeah, I agree. Like a lot of people, he hasn't fought in 2 years. So many people were looking forward to O'Malley coming back.
Yeah, I think it was a dog fight, and they gave us a good fight. That's all I can say about that fight.
And they showed why they deserved that they deserved to be on it. But yeah, another dude, two years off, came back and looked great. Neil Magny against Jing Leong.
I was mad about that one. I thought Jingling, whatever his name is, was gonna run through Magny, and
I thought he was gonna he's such an awkward striker. I thought he was gonna just have be awkward and confuse him and catch him with a power shot. He was the only fight that I got wrong out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 7 I picked.
You should have bet some money, bro.
I know, dude. I didn't bet any money this time, but I definitely should have. Who did I go with? I went with Mearshart, Madsen, O'Malley. My loss was Jane Leong. Then I went with Dariush, Wei Lee, and Izzy. And then, Dariush. That fight was crazy. He gets rocked. He's in there. Oh, God, stumbling.
I don't know how he's not in the top 15.
I think he had some time off due to some injuries as well.
But he was on a 3-win fighting streak when he took that time off. I think he's so underrated. Like I was saying it when we did the podcast with John. I'm like, this kid's a real deal. He was thinking about retiring, and then he came
because
back.
of the injuries.
And he's good everywhere. He reminds me of Gegard Mousasi. He's like a 155 or Gegard Mousasi. Like they're good everywhere. Like they could submit you, they can knock you out. They're solid fighters.
Yeah.
Like I think he definitely should be in the top 15. You got guys that haven't fought in 2 years, 3 years are in the top 15.
Yeah.
Like Nate Diaz is ranked in every weight class, and he fights like once every 5 years. But yeah, man, that was another fight that was back and forth until Dariush got that knockout.
They both rocked each other. Dariush got rocked. He was stumbling. And then, boom, he catches Drakkar. And then they're just going back and forth for like 30 seconds. Everyone's like, oh. And then when Dariush knocked close out, he knocked him out cold, too. His mouthpiece came out, and then his jaw locked up and caught the mouthpiece. That was wild.
Yeah.
DC was like, oh, my gosh, laying down on Rogan.
I think the most impressive knockout I've seen was the one where he caught James Vick with. Man, he put James Vick's lights out. That was, I think that was James Vick's first loss in the UFC. Man, he puts people out. Like you're going to sleep with him.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he has that power, but his striking's clean too.
Yeah,
Good kick.
worst body in 155.
For real.
That guy looks like me.
he's skinny fat.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what's up with that guy's body.
Like when Connor said, "I'm gonna put Nate's skinny, fat, long body in the grave."
Yeah,
That's his build.
but yeah, that was a good fight. But that all led up to Wailing and
Dude,
that's the
fight of the year, fight of the decade.
That's the best fight I've ever seen. And you know I don't like women's fighting, but
yeah, I was like, did that change your mind on women's fighting? Because
man,
that was fucking crazy.
That was fireworks from the first minute of the fight to the last minute of the fight.
Bro, that was fireworks from shut up.
Yeah. Fucking Joanna came out looking like, what's his name? Caden Wells, whatever.
I didn't think you were gonna say it.
Oh, she looked like him. I don't know. I don't know. I was like, she looked like she got bullied.
You ever get your ass beat so bad you get dwarfism?
Bro, I'm telling you, that was bad, man. And like I was telling you today, like Joanna had the advantage in the significant strikes and in the total strikes. But it's just this girl has power, bro.
Yeah,
she hits you, man.
I want to say that's the second time Joanna's got a real bad hematoma. Obviously, nothing to that extent the first time, but I think she has gotten a bit like bad hematoma before. But dude, it started here, and then it went from like this, whichever side of her forehead, all the way back here. Just a fucking.
She went skinny into the fight and came out fat. Her fucking head was huge.
Bro, her head blew up more. She was already big headed.
Shit,
dude.
I don't know, man, but that was a fight, man. Like I've never seen anything like that. Their cardio, their striking, their everything was on point for 5 rounds. There was not one dull second in that fight.
They're both 5-round fighters. I don't know if Whaley has gone 5 rounds previous to that. Obviously, she had a lot of first-round finishes, but you can just tell by training videos and the way she fights that she's built to go 5 rounds. And she proved it. You know, Joanna is. She's a workhorse cardio machine.
Yeah, that Wailing is the real deal, man. She's a scary as fucking coronavirus, bro. She's out of hand, bro.
Word has it, coronavirus asked her to leave China.
I don't doubt it,
bro. She was gonna beat the fuck out of it.
She probably is the equivalent of like what's his name, John Jones at 205 in that weight class. Like I don't see anybody beating her. It's like you see anybody at 205 is like John Jones is not losing to him. You see anybody, nobody's beating that girl.
Yeah, a lot of people, including yourself, completely wrote Joanna off on this one.
I thought she was gonna get knocked out in the first round.
Yeah,
fast too. I didn't think
she came ready to go. Yeah, coming off. Was it dropping 3 of her last 5? 2 of them title fights. 2 of them to the same person. Rose. Yeah, I guess it's kind of hard not to count her out, but shit, she has that championship experience.
Yeah, she definitely showed she had heart too yesterday. I think she rocked Wailing a couple times.
Yeah, a few times. They both rocked each other a few times. Yeah, her head can't get that swollen up, and she didn't get rocked.
I wonder what she looks like today.
Yeah, I was trying to find updates on it. All it showed was she posted like a picture of leaving the hospital last night, but she had a hoodie over it and a bandana around it, and she was looking down. Yeah, I bet both of them are hurting. I can't imagine how her head feels.
That fight was super high level. Shout out to Mark. But damn, man, that was a fucking good fight. I think that kind of erased. It was a great card until the main event. Like the main event was what fucked everything up. Yeah. It was a great fight up to the main event.
Everyone was booing like they didn't just get that 5-course meal of a fight.
That's
right before. And then the main event was just a highlight. Obviously, it was a letdown in action, but it was when you get two counter strikers, it's a chess match. You're playing in there trying to figure out which move to use. And the first round, Yoel's trying to play the biggest mind game he can. He just comes out. He doesn't even turn. Adesanya's moving around him. And he's just.
You seen the thing that it says when two people are
you're trying to figure out the controls. That shit was funny.
I think man, like that fight wasn't as bad as people thought, but it was bad at the same time. Like you have two guys that put people out, and then you get out there and they throw 100 combined strikes between both of them. Not even. I don't think they even got to the hundreds, and it was just that I expected more. I thought Joel was gonna push the pace. I thought Adesanya was gonna try to finish it, but we didn't get none of that. We got two cautious fighters that didn't want to get knocked out by either or.
Yeah, I think Izzy ate that shot in the first round, and he was like, "I'm gonna keep my belt."
Yeah,
like I'm fighting to keep my belt. I'm not fighting to win my belt.
Yeah, he fucking felt that power.
Yeah. Hats off to him though. He got hit. He got hit, backed up for a second, and then stepped right back into trying to find his range. But in my eyes, that turned the fight for him from like I gotta keep this and not get knocked out, and not like I gotta go finish this dude.
I think there you see the difference in a corner. Like Joel's corner was a shit show. It was like Dancing with the Stars and shit. Like,
yeah.
You got two guys over there more worried about how they come out in camera than about their fighter. But you hear Izzy's corner the whole fight. Circle out, keep him away. And that's what Izzy had to do. Everybody, like, Izzy is the champion, and Joel had to come and take the championship away. I feel like he didn't do enough. Yesterday we tried to have a fight companion, and that shit did not work. But yeah,
fight companion, as in like watch it with some of our friends, have them on the podcast, and we just film us watching it and the reactions and stuff.
Yeah,
might have got a little out of hand.
Yeah, it got insane. But yesterday I was drinking and I guess I was emotional over the fight, and I was like, no, Joel won for sure. And today I rewatched it, and I could see Adesanya winning the fight and Joel not doing enough to take the championship away from him. And I think that's the reality, whether you like Joel or not. I think if it would have been a regular fight, anybody could have gotten that fight. But at the end of the day, it's a championship fight. You have to take the championship from the champion. And Adesanya kept him away. Technically, he didn't run away. He kept him away. Leg kicks, jabs. He controlled the distance. He won the fight.
Yeah. When everyone was saying he ran away, I was like, there was a couple times that he actually did run, but one of those times, he put himself in that position. See, he always tries to lean back. Like that's his thing of dodging punches and kicks, is that he uses that 6'4" reach, and he just leans back out of the punches. Just so happened one time he went a little too far and slipped, hit the cage, and Yoel tried to run at him. He said nope, and actually ran out. But every other time he would like circle and then jab, keep like step back, cut a corner, jab. I didn't see it as running. I saw it as like catching that angle and trying not to get hit by that fucking tank.
Everybody talks about the leg kicks, but I think Izzy's push kicks made a huge difference too. He knows how to throw that kick.
Yeah,
that
he
kick
throws it. He whips it.
But he was definitely very cautious of Joel. Like I didn't know the part that I didn't like. He's like, "Oh, you need a dance partner." It's like you weren't being a good dance partner either. Like
you both were hesitant dance partners.
That guy, he's getting a little too arrogant for me. Like he talks way too much shit for my taste. I hope Costa puts his ass out. Straight up. I was almost on the bandwagon and he lost me
I
yesterday.
almost got you in there.
Yeah, I was almost there. I was like about to be on that bandwagon, and after the fight, all that shit he talked, I don't like him.
Yeah. He probably could have, or definitely could have been a little more humble in that close win. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Paulo Costa. That sauce. Is he on the sauce? You think so?
Nah.
No? I don't know. He looked different. It's probably because of the surgery, but he looked thick and not a good way.
Oh no, he was
at
fat.
the fight. He looked fat.
He looked like a fat Hawaiian.
Bro, I don't know what he was wearing. That guy had 20 different colors on his shirt.
I think he's like a young, like definitely not as athletic as Joel, but I think he could do the same fight that Joel did, but with way more pressure.
Yeah, he's going to be in his face throwing the whole time.
And I don't think Izzy likes that pressure. Like
Yeah.
I think, like you were telling me before we started the podcast, that Joel had several chances that he could have done more and could have won the fight, and he just didn't pull the trigger. I think Paulo Costa does that.
He'll pull the trigger. Yeah. Like those times I was saying, it was like he flurried him and he had him in the cage. Like he had him on the cage, literally like against the cage, hands on the cage, feet on the cage, and then he stopped. And I was like, what? I thought you had him where you wanted him. That's where you wanted him, right? Nope.
There's one time that's why I think the second round is so crucial. Like Joel lands a huge left hand on the second round, gets him against the fence, and then tells him, come out. He's like, you have him on the fence.
Yeah.
Why are you telling one of the best strikers in the UFC to come back to the middle of the cage? It's like, you did what you were supposed to do already. Like, why are you letting him out? And that's still, it fucks with my head right now. Like, why was he doing that? I don't get it.
And then when he pretty much tackled him on that bum rush double leg, and Izzy just popped up, he didn't try that hard at all to stay on top of him. It was like Izzy just put in a little effort to get up, and he was like, all right, I'm not fighting for it.
Like, how are you a one-time silver medalist in the Olympics and you don't use your wrestling? Like,
yeah, still wrestling since what, like 2-3 years old, probably.
Yeah. He's been wrestling since 1805.
1805. No, bro. I thought in Cuba that's how it worked. As soon as you were able to walk, they're like, all right, now pick up that other kid.
I'm like, man, he definitely needs to do something about that corner. That was a shit show. If I was the UFC, I wouldn't allow that in a corner. Yeah. I think that's kind of like what had Dana White as mad as it had, because that looked horrible.
Yeah, for him to come out, I tried to tell you in the second round, you were a little drunk, you were a little mad in your Cuban pride thing. I tried to tell you, Yoel looks more focused than he has in the Paulo Costa fight. That was his last fight. I was like, he looks a lot more focused in this one than he did in the Costa fight. Because in the Costa fight, he was smiling and laughing about it. And right as I told you that, and you're like, don't hop on the bandwagon now, I look up and Yoel's getting ready to go back into the third round, and he tells his corner to get out. And then he starts smiling and laughing, and I was like, oh, shit.
I thought the fight was over after he broke his orbital.
First round, he lands that, he catches the kick, throws overhand left, hits Izzy in the eye. He broke his orbital. I heard he broke his orbital about 32 times.
And then he kept winking, so it was like, it made me feel like it was really broken.
He's like, this for you, Dieter. Kept winking. Yeah, I was amazed that he was able to just eat that shot. He assessed it for a second, and then he got right back in his face trying to impose a game plan.
I know yesterday I was saying his kickboxing wasn't shit, but that comes from that kickboxing background. He's been hit like that before, probably a million times. And he knows how to deal with it. That's that experience where he has over 80 kickboxing fights.
Yeah, over 100 fights, 100 total fights now. So going into amateurs too.
That's that experience, and then that style that he hasn't taken a lot of damage. I think the only time he's been knocked out was when Pereira did it. That was a one shot. That was like they put him to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Put out cold.
Yeah, like Izzy hasn't really taken too much damage. This is what pisses me off. I like the guy, but I don't like the guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what pissed me off even more yesterday is like, you know how many Cuban boxers get robbed for what he did yesterday? So it's like to see him do what Cubans do to, like, let's say other fighters in boxing, and then to see somebody do that to Joel and then get the win for it, it was like, am I in a fucking travel? Like, I don't know what the fuck. Time travel or something. I don't know. I thought the TV was playing with me. But I don't know, man. How do you like let the biggest opportunity in your life just slide by like that?
Bro, for somebody who's on their last leg, definitely did not have
Well, we don't really know that Joel could probably fight till he's 80 years old.
Yeah, true. But he can't keep fighting like that.
Oh, no.
Dana would be pissed.
I think Dana was being over dramatic though. Like, you're fighting the most dangerous guy, the two most dangerous guys. What do you want them to go and try to beat each other up? It's like, yeah, but that's the knock on the UFC. Whole fighters are not technical, fighters are not this, you know. And then finally you get two guys that have kind of more or less of a technical fight, and then and that's like when there's like badass exchanges on the ground and people are like, stand them up.
Yeah, that shit's annoying. Sometimes UFC fans can get a little out of hand with that stuff. They boo too much. Yeah. But
how crazy was the head kick defenses from Joel going under the kicks?
Bro, it was he knew it. He went under probably about like 5.
That's insane. That's reflexes, bro.
Literally went under 5 kicks. I was like,
oh
what?
Man. It's awesome, bro. Like in the post conference, Joel's like, I know Africans are good runners, and he told that to the translator. So the translator's like, I don't think I can say this. He's like, I don't care, say it. So he's like, yeah, he's saying that he knows Africans are good runners, so he should join like an Olympic running team. But it was so funny to see the interpreter get super uncomfortable. I was like, all right, bro.
It's 2020, bro. It's 2020. You can't say that.
He's like, you're black, but I'm not, bro. I can't say this shit.
Is he black?
Well, he's Cuban, but like, I mean, if you look at him, he's just a black guy. If you see him, if he doesn't speak Spanish, you wouldn't know. I think he could get away with saying something like that. Like, if Michael Bisping says that.
Let Yoel say anything offensive. Who the fuck's gonna be like, hey, bro, don't say that?
Ngannou.
Yeah, Ngannou maybe.
That's another scary motherfucker right there,
bro. For real, both genetic freaks.
But it was so funny to see that the translator, like, he just looked at Joel like, do I really have to say this, man?
Like, bro, look at me.
And Joel
they're gonna get mad at me.
And Joel kind of like sense Michael, and he's like, I don't care, say it. And then that's another one in the weigh-ins when you need to have an interpreter there. Like,
yeah, they should.
Abraham, step your game up, bro.
Shout out First Round and Abe. Appreciate y'all. But we should have had the interpreter there. Let's be honest.
Yeah, man. That's another thing, man. Like,
so, since we didn't have an interpreter and we didn't know what he said, you did hear what Yoel said.
Yeah, he said he was gonna enjoy this. That's what he said.
That to Joe Rogan
when
he asked him. I bet that if he said it in English in his in his raspy ass voice and that demeanor that he had at the weigh-ins, Joe Rogan would have been like, all right, and it's Israel Adesanya.
It would have been memes for sure.
Oh, for real. I wanted to Joe Rogan when he's looking over the shoulder when they're staring off. Bro.
That man, I don't know, man. I think he let his shots slip by. He could come back. 185 is not too deep right now, so.
Yeah, it's not the deepest. I think the next biggest matchup we got there is Till and Cannonier.
Yeah.
But when you got to get Cannonier off of bicep surgery, I'm pretty sure. And then Costa's got to get through his rehab.
And Joel's probably ready to go again.
Yeah.
So.
Neither of them took too much damage that fight. So.
I think Joel has a six fight contract. So I know for sure he's gonna probably take 2-3 weeks off and get right back in there. He's trying to fight a lot in the next 2 years. So who knows? Maybe who else? If because I know Teal's not fighting him. Teal's been
Gaston.
That'll be a good fight. Is Gaston coming off a loss? Yeah, I guess Teal. Yeah, that's not a bad fight right there.
Yoel Gaston.
Gaston.
Something's telling me Yoel might come out firing.
Oh,
Because something's telling me he'll have no fear in that fight.
man, he needs to fire his corner and get a new camp.
Bro, 100%. He needs that. He should have had just Mike Brown there. I bet Mike Brown. Can you imagine what is going through Mike Brown's head that he's in Joanna's corner? Joanna is focused as fuck, ready to go, kill this girl.
I know exactly what was going through.
And then he goes back and sees these two fucking lunatics dancing and hugging each other as he's walking out. And this is his moment. And these two dudes are fucking doing this. Oh, we're here. I bet Mike Brown was like, dude, I can't believe I'm here right now. What the fuck?
I think he's like, what the fuck am I doing here, bro?
Yeah, I saw him dancing and I was like, is this real life right now? This guy's really doing this.
And then to address the elephant in the room is, you look at Joel when he was with his old camp, and I'm not gonna say no names, I'm not gonna bring any of that stuff up, but you look at Joel when he was with his last camp, and you see all his fights after he left the camp, and you see a downtrend. I think his boxing looked really good yesterday, though. That's the one thing I give him. His boxing looked great, but this is not a boxing fight. This is an MMA fight, and his MMA level was up here, and then all of a sudden you just see there's more. He's losing more things in his arsenal, and it's like, all right, man, maybe you can't come back to this team, but you can find something better.
Go with Mike Brown and strictly Mike Brown, and have him introduce you to some other people who can help your other assets. With Mike Brown is hands down top 5 best, top 5, top 3 best MMA coaches in the game. And then those two, so one of them was a boxing coach and one of them was a taekwondo guy.
Yeah.
You can
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber of the fight game. Yeah. If he's smart, he'll definitely do that. It was smart of him to get Mike Brown in there for this one.
Yeah, but I heard it was only for 3 weeks. What could you really get off in 3 weeks? I think it hit that urgency that he's like, damn, I'm not getting nothing accomplished with these two people. And I heard a lot of the boxing came from Peter Roque is a Cuban national boxing coach from the Olympic team. I heard that a lot of the boxing came from him, not actually from that other guy. So I don't know. He needs to reassess and fire everybody. That's one of the fights that I'll tell you, fire everybody.
And for somebody who's been in such high level sports for such a long time, Olympic level wrestler, wrestled since he was a kid, been around.
Very coachable.
Been around good coaches, coachable, like you said. Being how old he is now, you figure he would see these guys are fucking not doing anything good for me. Yeah. And he'd like, all right, I got to go somewhere else. But maybe there's a control thing there for him that he's like, I can control what happens with these guys around me.
I don't think it's that. I think it's other stuff behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And
we're harping on Yoel because close ties over here, but I don't know. That's a hard thing to read into.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of closed doors there. Like, you can't really go too many places right now for him. But let's see if he fires these guys, leave to Greg Jackson, leave to ATT, like with Mike Brown, like you said. But let's see what he does.
I think that's his best end. That's like a clear-cut door for him that he already has opened up just 3 weeks ago. But shit, bad title fight, best fight of the year. Would you put that fight, the co-main event with Weili and Joanna, in men's and women's MMA.
That's the best fight I've ever
Best
seen.
fight I've ever seen.
MMA
Just off the top of your head. I know we haven't sat down and like looked at a list of anything, but that's what you're thinking off the top of your head.
Off the top, I thought that yesterday, and you know I don't like women's fight.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, my favorite fight ever still is Rory McDonald versus Robbie Lawler 2.
Oh, that was
I had that. I don't think anything will ever top that. And then I have it right behind that one, off the top of my head, without sitting down and watching.
I think Joanna looked like if Robbie and Rory had a baby. That was Joanna.
Robbie and Rory
after the second fight, if they had a baby that
I'm trying to picture their
Joanna.
faces morphed together, and it's kind of true. Dude, imagine if her lip was busted open like Robbie's too.
Yeah, man. Fuck, that was a fight. But and then what we have Leon Edwards against T. Woodley coming up now too.
Oh shit, that's next week. Right? That's the 14th. Or it might be the 21st. The 14th we got Lee and Oliveira. Let's see right here.
There's too many Oliveiras for me. Charles Oliveira.
They're both good. They're both good though. Change your names. All right, we'll go with Cowboy Oliveira and still Oliveira. Damn. We got bad Wi-Fi in here. Yep, March 21st. So not this coming weekend, but the weekend after, we got Woodley and Leon Edwards.
How about Khabib kicking the belt off the stage with the crazy guy with Tony Ferguson?
That crazy guy. This guy, he's a stupid guy. Kind of a stupid guy for putting his belt on the ground. I was so confused with that move. I was literally, when he did it, I was like, Khabib's not the kind of guy, but he's putting it on the ground, like right there for him to kick it. And like, he didn't do it initially when I thought it, and then like 30 seconds went by and they were bickering. And I guess Tony probably said something that he was like, fuck this guy. And he kicked it. I was like, what? What do you put it on the ground for?
I don't know.
What do you get out of that? He like put it on the ground and like told Khabib to put his there. It's like,
I don't know.
just carry your belt.
Yeah, roller skating gloves on. Those things were awesome.
Roller skating gloves. What was the point of that? There's so many things this guy does that you're like,
I think it's scary, but I think he's getting into Khabib's head. I think Conor couldn't do it, but I think this guy, I think there's so much history there that he's getting into Khabib's head.
there's so much history, and he's just such a fucking
Douchebag.
out of there.
Say he's a douchebag.
Oh, douchebag. Well, shit, Connor is a crazy douchebag. I think it's that he's such like a loose cannon. Like the shit he says just does not make sense sometimes, and Khabib, that makes Khabib mad because like 4 times during that press conference they had, Khabib was like, "This guy's a stupid guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's saying. Of course he make me mad. He's stupid."
Bro, he's crazy, bro. Like, there's
Off
crazy, and then there's
rocker.
Tony Ferguson crazy.
Bro.
But one thing you got to respect about Tony Ferguson is his work ethic. The guy is a lunatic.
Workhorse. I think he has CTE from working so hard.
I think he was born with CTE.
Bro.
I think CTE had fucking Tony Ferguson.
CTE had Tony Ferguson. It's in the air at fucking Big Bear. Every time he goes for a hike or a run up there, he just breathing more of it.
Fuck, man, that guy is intense. And and then in that same fight card, you got Islam against Hernandez.
Yeah, Texas boy. I can't believe I was surprised they got that fight because I think his last fight was against Cerrone, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he lost after Cerrone to somebody.
Then he's got 2 losses.
Yeah, I think they're bringing, because Islam's I don't know if it was Islam's last fight or the one after that. Islam didn't look too good.
Yeah,
I think they're slowing it up.
He fought it. I think you're right.
I think they're slowing it down a little bit for Islam. Islam has a lot of talent, but you can see it hasn't all blended in together like how Khabib's has.
Yeah.
The guy, I think Hernandez fought the guy that you're fighting on April 17th.
Yeah, he did. He fought him a while ago. Yeah, Alexander Hernandez fought Jacob Capelli, the guy I'm fighting. A few years ago, they fought to a split or a unanimous decision. Hernandez won. Yeah, this guy's got a lot of. He's got a lot of. The guy I'm fighting has a lot of notable names. Was Sage Northcutt, Hernandez, I think a couple other Bellator guys. So I'm looking forward to go out and making a statement with a win in that fight. Yeah, they're booking it for 249.
That's gonna be a good card. And so how about that kid that got the weed basket in Canada? The 10-year-old kid.
Bro. How does that even happen?
I don't know. Imagine you get home and your kids are high as fuck. And
8 years old.
a hockey player, right?
He was at what was it? He was at a hockey game where they were giving out a raffle.
Yeah.
In Canada, giving out a raffle, and the raffle prize was $200 worth of cannabis edibles.
Yeah. The little kid's like, I want to eat this chocolate, and the grandfather's like, no.
Oh, the dad was a cop. I'm pretty. Let's read this again. That dad was a cop. Imagine that. The cop's like, what the fuck is this? Grandfather in Canada says he's outraged after finding out his 8-year-old grandson won $200 worth of marijuana products at a raffle in a youth hockey tournament.
But that's and if you get home and your kid is high as balls of fucking some edibles that he got because he won in a raffle, what do you do? An 8-year-old kid.
I'm like, son, give me the fucking edibles. I'm trying to get stoned with you.
Fuck, that's a scary thought though, because you know edibles can fucking.
Bro, a little kid with a chocolate bar, obviously he's gonna want to eat the whole thing. And then imagine an 8-year-old kid eats. Have you
70 pounds?
Have you ever eaten a full edible bar?
One time, and I couldn't move for like 3 hours.
I ate you know how like a square is like 10 milligrams, and they come with like 10 squares. I ate 7 one time, and you know I don't eat edibles or smoke weed like that, bro.
Yeah, I kept looking at a dog's eyes, and I thought I knew the dog for so long.
I've seen your ass somewhere, bro.
I know you from somewhere. My boy was laughing, and then there was a big thing of meat, and like I got a piece of meat, and somebody took it, and then I'm like, I ate all the meat. What the fuck? And then when I was trying to get up, my legs wouldn't work. I was like, fuck.
Boy, had a coma.
That was
put you in that weed coma.
They had to drive me home,
dude. I think weed fucking turns my brain off.
Yeah, fuck that.
I can't think if I'm high.
I can't think, period. Fucking yesterday, man. We had fun yesterday,
dude.
A lot of crazy shit was said.
It was a good time, but it was a little out of hand.
Yeah. Fucking.
There was the only time Mark wants to be in front of a camera is if he's fighting.
He's like, "Bro, we're gonna have fun doing the podcast." He's like, "No, turn the camera off. No,
that's a violation of privacy."
I didn't sign a waiver.
I didn't sign a waiver. Apparently, you have to sign a waiver to be on a podcast nowadays.
Yeah, you had Justin over there. You and Justin were just laughing all night long.
Justin got engaged in y'all's argument after the fight. You know how drunk people get when they have a point to prove and they want to argue and they love to argue. Imagine 3 people like that going on and on with 2 sober people. I guess 1 sober person, because Justin kept arguing with you 3.
Yeah.
And I was just laughing. I was like, dude, nobody's changing anybody's mind.
2 drunks and a lunatic. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to figure out who a lunatic is.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I got bodies. Man, hey, when you guys make it to the UFC, I'm holding that video over your heads. That's all I'm saying. TNT. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Everybody's getting me too.
UFC debut fighter.
Oh my God, bro! That man, I had a lot of fun yesterday. Fucking we should do it. We should do something like that, but way more organized and way less liquor. When I saw,
we're still not even completely organized on this podcast.
yeah,
We went from filming it on that side of the table
to
go into my room to now we're on this side of the table.
Yeah,
we got to get a studio.
Yeah.
But
One of the guys
come
at the
together.
gym. One of the guys at the gym told me that he could probably hook us up with some hours at a studio. He trains over there. He said that he could give us good hours and stuff like that. I forgot to talk to you about that.
Hey, like, comment, subscribe. Help us get our views up so we can get us a damn studio.
Yeah, man. Well, I guess that's enough for today.
Yeah, that can be enough. We're going to get out of here. But like I just said, like, comment, subscribe. O2 coaching the kid. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
If you don't like us, fuck you. Gang shit.
Fuck you, but not fuck.
Yeah, we like everybody.